Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in this afternoon or morning, if you're depending on where you are in the world. And we certainly appreciate you. And Tammy and I are very excited to introduce our next speaker, especially considering the times of today and the viruses that we're dealing with and how we can support you. So the purpose of this call is really understanding the importance of your vitality, and at the same time, how do we communicate the message to the world? I believe right now it is more important than ever to deliver this very powerful message that we have been delivering with Max International for the past 13.5 years. Now, to begin this training call this morning or this afternoon, Tammy and I will introduce a powerful, very powerful and impactful associate by the name of Dr. Wiredu. Dr. Wiredu is a Crown Diamond with Max International, and he's one of the fastest associates who has reached the Crown Diamond, who has maintained his status since the beginning. And that is because of his leadership and his team that has been evolving, educating, duplicating, and obviously participating in trainings and events. And that's just the reason why his organization has done so well. Now, at this point, Dr. Bright, it is an absolute honor to have you with us here to share this powerful training on maintaining your vitality. So I would like for you to take over, and thank you for joining in. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate it. So, much morning to you all, and welcome to this call. It's very challenging times, and I want to say I wish all of you well. I hope everyone is keeping safe, and I extend well wishes to all your families and loved ones, and we hope and we pray that we will sail through these turbulent times and life will return back to normal. So as business associates, it's essential that we stay in tune with the times and also to make a few adjustments so that we can continue to do business. So this training here, put together by myself and my mentors, Chris and Tammy, COVID-19, maintaining your vitality. So if you're on this call, it's important that you get all your teammates on this call as well. So you want to be texting them or sending them on the WhatsApp groups to join the call. We might learn a few things, that can help us, sustain us, maintain our vitality through this period. Okay, so let's go. Chris, can we have the first slide, please? So maintaining your vitality, it's absolutely crucial that we all stay healthy and strong throughout this period. Okay, so we are going to talk about maintaining your health vitality and your business vitality as well. Next one, please. So understanding COVID-19. Well, what exactly is COVID-19? So this call scope will cover understanding what it is and ways we can adopt to stay healthy, because we need to be alive to continue doing business. We must keep our families safe. And then we will look at a few things, and then my mentors will take over how we can do business with all the restrictions that are coming up in different countries. Next one, please. So we're going to start very simple to try and explain to people what exactly coronavirus is. I'll go very basic so everybody gets a great understanding. Perhaps as an associate, you may engage with your customers, your clients, or potential business partners, and conversations may come up. You want to be very resourceful. So pardon me if it appears too elementary, but the virus is a particle made up of genetic material. Okay, these viruses invade cells and they use the cell's resources to make more copies. The virus enters a cell, use the cell's resources to make more copies of itself. Okay, and there are many viruses in nature, viruses that exist in human beings, animals, and plants. Next one, please. Next slide, please.
This is the coronavirus comprised a vast family of viruses.
Great. So coronaviruses comprise a vast family of viruses. So this is the first time you're hearing coronavirus. It's been around for a while, okay? And they are found in a wide range of animals. We have bats, cats, dogs, pigs, rabbits, cattle, mice, rats, chickens, turkeys, whales, and as well as in human beings, okay? Now, there are 7 known viruses which cause diseases. Among the coronavirus families, there are 7 of them that cause disease in human beings. So this is just to help you understand what we are dealing with, okay? And the name Corona, it's interesting. It's a nice name, actually. The name comes from the fact that they have crowns. So, Corona is a crown. because they have spikes on their surface that look like a crown. Okay, that's why it's called coronavirus. Okay, next one, please. So I'm just going to show you the viruses that we have, the 7 viruses, so you know where it's all coming from. Okay, next slide, please. So there are 7 coronavirus diseases in humans. Okay, and they've been identified since the 1960s. Okay, so I won't bore you with too much of the science, but the common ones that are in humans are the ones you see here. I won't call them out 1 to 4. Then we have the 3 other viruses that are of concern, great concern, and the next slide please, that you're going to see. We have the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome virus. Next slide please. Yes, we have the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome virus, okay, or the MERS. This caused an outbreak in 2012, but it didn't make too much news. Then we have the SARS coronavirus, which caused, that outbreak was in 2002, 2003, and that was a problem. That was a huge problem. I'm sure most of you heard about it. Okay, there were 8,000 worldwide. These viruses jump from animals. So the SARS coronavirus came from bats. The MERS is suspected to have come from camels. Okay, so these viruses are animals, so they tend to jump to human beings. And then we have the most recent one, which is new. They call novel. Novel means new, which is causing the COVID-19. So the virus's name is actually the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and then this disease it causes is called the COVID-19, which is a short for Coronavirus Disease 2019. So that's the name, okay. So let's talk about this COVID-19 some more. Next slide, please. Great. So COVID-19 was declared as a pandemic by the World Health Organization on March 11, 2020. Okay. I'm not going to talk about where it was discovered. I know all of you know it started off in China, right? But let's talk about, what does it mean when there's a pandemic? Next slide, please. So this is not the first pandemic that the world has experienced. We've had many pandemics before, and so pandemics will come and they will go. The most recent pandemic was the 2009 flu pandemic, which is a swine flu. Most of you heard of it. There was vaccinations all over, H1N1 virus, the influenza virus. And then back 100 years ago, there was a 1918 flu pandemic that was then called the Spanish flu, infected 1/3 of the world's population with over 50 million deaths. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is for Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians on this call. This pandemic here hit Ghana. That was then called the Gold Coast, and there was about 80 to 100,000 deaths in the Gold Coast at that time. So it gives you an idea what pandemics can do. Then I take you further back in time to the 1850s plague, which killed 10 million people in India alone, right? Then we go back to the most dangerous one probably is the 1340s Black Plague, which killed 1/4 of Europe's population, and it killed as much as 50% of some people in some urban cities. It was a disaster. So this is not to scare you, but this is to inform you appropriately, because you need to understand that it can get out of hand, all right? And we are in very difficult times. So I'm doing this because as network marketers, we may have the temptation to ignore social distancing protocols and directives and try and meet people face to face and do business. I understand. But we need to understand that these things have happened before. Pandemics come and pandemics go. So there will be another pandemic. It's not about if, it's about when. But when it comes, it creates chaos and it also creates opportunities. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. So there's a good news. There's a good news. The good news is that it'll come and go, and it will bring opportunities for all of us, to do something. The approach to doing business in these times is different from the approach we use for business in regular times. Can we have the next slide, please? Sorry, I'm not seeing the slide here. So the good news is that it creates opportunities for us to become problem solvers. Over the past weeks, there has been so much talk on immune boosting. I'm sure many of you are aware of the mortalities surrounding the COVID-19. Unfortunately, it's taking a lot of people who have got predisposition people who are susceptible to, the infection, become severe in people who are elderly, those with other conditions, respiratory problems, maybe heart problems, diabetes. When you look at it clearly, reduce immunity and other things. So it's very, everybody understands now that we need to take preventive measures, strict hygiene, boosting the immunity. Several experts have talked about boosting the immunity. Vitamin C sales have soared through the roof, and I'm sure many of you may be experiencing significant increase in sales of your product, right? So we have the chance to become problem solvers, to become part of those who are going to educate people on what to do. So here, all of us are going to become health ambassadors. We are already health ambassadors, but not just selling glutathione supplements, but also becoming part of those who are educating people on what to do in this time, all right? But for us to be able to continue to do what we do, we must all stay vital, which is I'm going to talk about these things. I know you've heard about it several times. I'm going to repeat it here because repetition here builds habit. So strict hygiene is very important. Most of us are not used to washing our hands daily, but you need to wash your hands and use the sanitizers. You must, practice social distancing. You must make sure that you're really protecting yourself. It's important. You may be strong and healthy, but you may carry it and spread it to the older folks especially, and it can become quite difficult for them. So I know most of us on this call are very young and healthy, but we need to make sure that we obey the protocols here, and as much as possible stay indoors, drink lots of water, take your products, please. I know some of us don't take our products. Some of us believe that we have enough glutathione in our systems. We are young, but there's a time you need to take your products, become a product of your product, so that you stay vital yourself. Protect yourself, okay? And then also, if you're coughing or something, protect yourself. Do not spread it. And I want to talk about social distancing, which is very, very important. I'm sure most of you have seen what's happening in other countries like Italy. God be with them, but it's very tough. And I talk about Ghana, particularly because, our health system isn't there. And therefore, we need to make sure that we do what we call the flattening the curve. Because here on this chart, you can see this graph here. The dotted line, all right, shows the healthcare system capacity in a particular country or wherever. Now, if you have too many cases occurring within a short time period, you overwhelm the healthcare system capacity, and people die. But if you're able to practice social distancing, okay, you reduce the spread of the virus in people. Cases will be happening, but these cases will occur at a lower rate and be spread over time, allowing the healthcare system to take care of these cases, all right? So we don't want a situation where we get overwhelmed because we don't have enough ventilators, enough doctors, enough equipment to take care of people. That is where people die a lot, okay? And we've seen in countries where, mistakes were made and, social distancing wasn't practiced right. So everybody should become a health ambassador. We don't want us, spreading the virus among people, trying to sell products to them and giving them viruses too. We don't want to do that. So I entreat everyone here to as much as possible, practice social distancing. It's absolutely important that we do this, okay? It's to go along. And then when we are trying to talk about the products or try to do business, let's be holistic in our approach. Talk about other things. You can take to social media and talk about people need to practice social distancing. Try and educate people as much as possible. Those folks who may not be, enlightened yet on the issues that are at hand. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Very important, right? Next one, please. So maintaining your business vitality. I know everyone here has said so much about keeping your distance, hand washing, and all that. Okay, and if you are coughing, please wear a face mask or something and don't cough into people's faces. Okay, so now maintaining your business vitality. The best way to go is to become a problem solver in this particular era. Okay, now next slide, please. Your approach is you should take seize the opportunity, but don't be opportunistic. And there's a thin line between when you're trying to become a problem solver in these difficult times and when you come off too hard and you appear like you're being opportunistic. All right. So by all means, you want to get people to be on the product. It's important. Everybody knows they need to boost their immunity. There's no arguing about that now, right? So there's a time where there are things you can do. For example, I know all of us have got clients. Okay, you have customers who have been on your product. You want to reach out to them by texting them, WhatsApping them, or giving them a phone call. Say, I'm just calling to check on you. we are in difficult times, and I wanted to, wish you well, let you know that, I wish you well, and I hope they are keeping safe. Okay. So if they have elderly folks at home, ask about how they are doing. Extend your well wishes to people, extend your love and support. Okay. Okay. Now also, you can after you start the conversation this way, you can then say you wanted to let them know that your products are great for boosting immunity now, and your company is some Max is organizing promos. There are promos running, for example, in Ghana. You want to say there's a promotion going on, so if people are interested, they could seize the opportunity and then get some product. Or if you have it within your means, okay, you could call a very great customer of yours or somebody who has purchasing power and tell them, look, I just want to donate a bottle of LGBT to you, one bottle, to support you. I know this will go a long way to boost your immunity, or you can give this to your mom or your dad, and it sends a thought to them that, oh, you're thinking about them. You're not trying to say, come and buy, but you're trying to show that you care. You have to be empathic, and once you show that you care genuinely about people, people will come to you, right? You can also just say that, look, these are difficult times, and I know that everybody's under, stress and all that. It's important now that you boost your immunity, especially for our older folks at home, who tend to be, severely afflicted by the disease. So I'll encourage you to, get them on immune boosters, and LGBT is available. So you approach them this way, a very soft touch, gentle approach, okay? And for those who are not your customers, you can reach out and educate people on boosting immunity. You don't have to simply say, take glutathione. Talk about things like hydrating adequately, all right? Talk about the hand hygiene measures. Talk about taking vitamin C. Nobody will argue with you on vitamin C. The prices are soaring up right now over here because people understand that vitamin C is important. And tell them that there are other things they can take in addition to vitamin C, such as, taking this product, which we've been talking about for a while now. So, and then most importantly, we need everyone here to consume the products. Sometimes you don't even have to talk about it, You have families, you have uncles and aunties. Some of us in our own homes, people are on the product. This is where you want to start consuming the product in front of your family, and they ask you questions. Tell them that this is important for them. In particularly, give it to your parents. Those that the age group that have low glutathione levels is very important here. So that's the approach you want to use. Then also, a lot of people are struggling now. It's difficult. I'm sure most of you have been getting complaints from people. Imagine people, businesses have shut down. Restaurants are not operating. Some are not operating at, I called Starbucks yesterday, they close at 6. They used to close at 11, 12. They close at 6 now. All those hours of business lost, okay? And you have spas are off, beauty salons are off, hairdressers are not doing business, event organizers. Some people need to go out there and do petty trading. Some people are doing carpentry. A lot of people are at home right now. I've seen the U.S. jobless claims have gone up, over 3 million jobless claims. It's historical. So a lot of people are at home right now. And this is where my approach is. I'm telling people, look, times have changed. Companies, factories are changing their assembly lines to do other things. For example, fashion companies like Louis Vuitton Fashion Group, they are manufacturing face masks right now. We have people who are selling alcohol. There are no events, there are no funerals, there are no parties, there are no clubs. So alcohol companies are going to sell alcohol. So guess what they are doing? They are putting the alcohol into sanitizers now. So a company in Ghana like Casapreco is selling sanitizers now. People ask why. Why? Because they want to keep operating in business, and this is the product you can sell now. People are not going to buy alcohol to weaken their immunity now. So if it's okay for you, if you are out of business in particular line, what are people willing to buy right now? And right now, people are buying sanitizers, people are buying masks, people are buying immune boosters. This is what people are buying now. So I know a lot of people are going to be at home right now. They're not going to work because of the lockdown and restrictions. So people are going to be on their phones a lot. So you have a chance, call people, talk to people, ask people how they are doing. If you have friends who are doing other, engaged in other lines of business, say, look, you can look at this right now, temporarily, just for the times, this is something you can do. You can come on right now. You have folks who are looking for great health supplements to take. Talk to them about the products now. Get them in, and you can make something, and that is another approach. Okay, so for those, some people look at the product, some are looking for. I'm getting calls on my phone. Oh, it's so bad. No, we've been home. There's no business happening. It's difficult because I have to go out and sell this. So this is a time for you to become a problem solver. offer people solutions, all right? And even by buying and retailing the products with promotions going on, people can make some, decent amount of money here from customer income, if even they don't intend to recruit and build a business. It's an opportunity, something that I will not. I have people calling me about the products, So this is a great way to approach it, and I hope you try it. Now, this brings an end to my section, and our Crown Diamonds will take us through how to actually build a business, go about talking to people now in the era of lockdown. So to summarize it, I say become a problem solver now, have empathy, have understanding, don't be too pushy, all right? Everybody has a need right now. People understand they need to put the coronavirus away. They want to boost their immunity. People are buying supplements now. People are looking for things to stay healthy. It's a time for you to step up. Don't be afraid. Call everybody that you know on your phone and tell them that you have something that can help them. And for those who are out of business, photographers, event organizers, makeup people, restaurants, salon owners, spa owners, a lot of people are at home right now. So you can tell them there's something you can do. You can talk to people about the immune booster. You can sell this, make some customer income. You can talk to your friends who are also at home. They can join this. You can work from home. You don't need to step out. You can stay safe, all right? And I believe that we can bring in people here. There's a time, Let's help solve a problem. Let's help educate the world. So thank you so much. The next, our Crown Diamond uplines, Chris and Tammy will take over. And they really need no introduction, but I will introduce them all the same. They are founding associates of Max International, my personal mentors. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So please join me. Welcome. Chris and Tammy will take over. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bright. Tammy and I are sitting here taking notes, and really, really appreciate your time and your credential as a medical practitioner, but also as a very successful associate of Max. So I couldn't think of a better person to share what you just shared. So thank you for sharing this early afternoon or morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
You're welcome. Thank you.
Wonderful. So at this point, folks, Dr. Bright touched on something really important as in his discussion, and understanding that we live in an environment that money is like oxygen. If you don't have it, it's difficult to breathe. And especially today, as he stated, we have reached a record unemployment of all time in North America. It's incredibly massive. The government just signed a bill for over $2 trillion American dollars to be able to help and support businesses that are unfortunately not functioning due to the fact that there's no sales because most people are not going out for obvious reasons. So we are in changing times. And folks, humanity is not new to change. The question is, are you adjusting to change or reacting to change? And the message here is how to communicate the message over the internet. That's what we want to talk about. So, talking about the internet here, folks, is the internet is the global system of interconnected computer network that uses the internet protocol so to link billions of devices worldwide. So, understanding this, if you adjust, and this is what Tammy and I have been doing, is we want to talk to you about what do we use. And I would say that every one of you have a device in the palm of your hand where you can communicate to the world. And I say to the world, it doesn't mean I'm talking across the world, I'm talking domestically. Founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, states that if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. This is a very, very, very important message. And let's think about Max International. Let's think about what it is that we have and how do we get compensated for it. You understand that there's always someone who produces, and there's someone who is going to get paid for what was produced. So making money is not a bad thing. What's important is, how do we make money? Well, Max International, we provide a service to the inline consumer by providing goods. In our case, we have powerful nutraceutical supplements that increase the immune system so it can fight against common viruses and diseases. Now, it's not going to cure anybody. It will create the environment in your body to do what it does best, and that is to heal. But now you need to deliver the message. People need to know about this product. So how do we go about presenting this?
So the key is to go online, and it's unfortunate that something like this has really created an awakening for so many people, including myself, because Chris is very good on the computer. He adjusts and he adapts easily on the computer. I mean, it is his background. And for people like me, who is a swimsuit designer, owned a manufacturing company, I have to adjust to this online business model. And if I can adjust to it, so can you. So it's important that you learn the tools that are available online, because the business is shifting. And you need to understand that, not just because of what's going on in the environment, it's still shifting into online. And you can see all of the big gurus that are out there today, and it's not because of the virus, but the Tony Robbins of the world, the big speakers, Brandon Burchard, they've all shifted to online presenting, online masterminds, online trainings, recorded online stuff. So it's time for all of us to adjust to this, to be able to communicate with the mass. And let's face it, you're not belly to belly every single day with your associates. So this is the time to really step up your game in the online world of communicating the message of what we have with Max International, the products and the opportunity, of course, but to be able to have a better, effective communication with your organization. Chris and I have spent weeks communicating with the top leaders, which are filtering within their leadership, and now you see a lot of the international markets have shifted their thinking and their trainings and their presentations online. And it's phenomenal what we're seeing in the last few weeks with the teams.
You know, it is critical to utilize what is available to us to continue sharing the message to the inline consumer. So here's what we want to talk about here. Many of you are familiar with those tools, and the fact is 98% of internet users said that they would not be able to live without it today. 98%. 3,239 hours a month is spent online for the average internet user. 9 out of 10 people connect to the internet every single day. You may forget about it, you may not realize it, but most of you are using smartphones and you're constantly buying your data weekly, monthly, some of you maybe even more. Why is that? You are constantly online. In fact, today, I think that people wouldn't know where to look and what to do if the online service was not available. So how and what do we use? Well, all of these icons that you see before you, most of you have access to it. And everybody, if you choose to, can have access to these online tools for free. Yes, some may have some limited use, but that's totally fine, because the limited use, for example, for Zoom, you can have up to 5 people for up to 45 minutes. This is great if you want to connect with someone and share. Because here's what Tammy and I have recognized utilizing Zoom. One is, some of you have probably noticed that as Dr. Bright was sharing, sometimes you were hearing some gaps and some inconsistency in the delivery. Sometimes the slides I was sharing, and it took a few seconds for the reception of the slide. See, the FCC is a free software, and it's massively used around the globe. And because now there's an overflow of people utilizing the internet, there's a lot. It's like, think of being in Ghana or in Toronto or any of the highways, and at peak hours, what happens? Bumper to bumper. You can't pass. You can't go faster. Why? Because you have to wait your turn to be able to pass through. Well, the internet is a lot like that. And this, if there's an influx of population online, there's obviously going to be some delays. So often, this is the downside of what may happen. But the reason why we use Zoom is a lot more sophisticated, because there's less users. And if you want to use the upgrade version of it, then you have to pay for it. Okay? Now, the point is that I really recommend for you to adjust. Skype is owned by Microsoft. It has evolved. It is free to use. They make their money by selling credits for people to make long-distance calls. But other than that, it is free. These are the 3 main tools, and I know there's me.com, and there's probably a handful of really powerful tools out there that maybe you're using. I'm not saying not to use those. What I'm saying is use an online tool to communicate. And the one thing that Tammy and I have found, is when people are able to see us and we're able to see them, it creates a connection with the audience that you don't get with, for example, just a phone call by using Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, kind of exchange or chatting. But I know now you can actually share. Now, can you share views? Can you share videos on WhatsApp? I think you can. Not sure. I haven't used it there. But the point here is when you connect physically by sharing an image, we found it is extremely powerful. Tammy and I signed up a few people online that we've never met. Mm-hmm. We placed a few ads on Facebook. We connected with this person. It took about, 3 weeks?
Yeah, we just did a short video sharing the ability to work from home and how that could transform your lives, and it has for us. So, sharing your story, doing a short video, putting it out there, that also can help, instead of having to pay for Facebook ads.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do not have to pay for these tools, folks. Be creative. Mm-hmm. People connect to your story. If there's one thing that Tammy and I have learned, and that we have been passing on to many of you who have been listening, is you need to develop your story. Mm-hmm. It has to be compelling. And if you don't have a compelling story, use someone else's story. Remember, story sells. Facts tells. See, the facts are not going to create an emotional response, but a story will. Mm-hmm. And this is when you connect with someone visually, they can see through your eyes. And through your eyes, you can share the gateway to your soul, if you understand what I mean. Your eyes are very, very important. It describes who you are. And it makes a connection with the person. That's why seeing someone's eyes is critical. And that's the reason why these online tools are so powerful.
I just want to share something short with you because, we're communicating a lot with total strangers after watching our very short video, and the feedback that we're getting, because my first question to them is, what made you curious enough to connect with us? And they said that your story I can relate to. They related to the struggle, because we talked about our struggle of the past. And now we get to work from home, and we have a business that we can do online and to connect with people from home. So people are looking for that right now. And then, of course, we go into the power of building the immune system with our product. Bang, you guys. So if we can do this, you can easily create a very short video and promote it. Promote it. I'm telling you, people need to hear this right now. They're hurting. So many people are hurting. They don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. And you have an opportunity and a product that's going to make a difference. And they can do it from home. And they can learn to leverage the online platform.
Powerful. Powerful, folks. And this is the way of the future. Adjust, people. You know, one of the greatest assets of our business, Max International, I've been operating for 13 years. We've been in West Africa for around 6 now. What's happening is many of you have met lots and lots and lots of people. And this is an opportunity to connect with them online. They know who you are. Start there. You know, from there you can use Facebook and WhatsApp to connect with people. But remember, people will not connect with you until they get to know you. What's the best way to get them to know you? Share your story.
Video.
Your video story. Be transparent.
Yes.
People need to know who you are. You see, the internet is becoming the town square of the global village of tomorrow. Again, Bill Gates. You need to understand that communicating through these kind of tools, social media, online, and etc., these are ways to communicate. And today, because of the environment, because we are forced to, the show must go on, we need to feed. The government can't just keep paying for you, and we know that I mean, that's the big question mark, when and if it's going to happen. In the meantime, we need to feed. We need a roof over our head. But Max International is providing you that. Products can be drop shipped. And you get paid directly to your bank account. But you do need to work. It's a different approach, but it is still an approach.
Another thing that we're doing, once we make that connection with people that we don't know, we set up a Zoom, you can set up Skype, whatever way you can set up for some visual connection. That just takes it to a whole new level, because now we get to know who they are, what they're looking for, their challenges, and then we bring them to the solution. And we don't go into full presentation. We use just that one-on-one product sheet that everybody has in their markets. You know, we talk a little bit about the glutathione, our technology, a little bit about the products that are available in the market that we're speaking to the people. And then we go right into the 3 steps, the most important steps to build the foundation of their business. And we go to auto ship, first of the month, get your products, consume your products, and promote your products. And then step number 2 is prime 1. Go get your 5 or 6. Some markets talk about 6. And then to build a team volume, which is the binary. And that's the only thing we talk about. We said that every other way that the company pays will fall in place in bonuses and pay structures. And then we answer questions and we get them started. It's that simple.
Absolutely. And you know what's really important, folks, right now, more than ever, is it's time management is more critical than ever now. Yeah. You can't just go online and waste significant part of your day browsing through your Facebook account, right? You need a plan, and you need to follow the plan. Most of you who have followed your leadership, starting from what Tammy and I started 6 years ago, where some of you have created your voices, and your voices is the reason why you've got into momentum and you got the results you got. It's not because of Tammy and I. We planted the seed. You've evolved. But you need to make sure that the new people coming in are also following the plan. And it's important that you communicate with your downline. It's important that your downline communicate with their downline. It's important that the 1,000th person that just signed up, fresh off the press, knows what to do. There are new associate orientations in probably every market in every country. If you're listening to this call and you don't know where to look at, start with communicating with your upline leadership. From there, if you're looking for tools, feel free to go to activeteam.com. activeteam.com. And from there, there is numerous trainings, presentations of all sorts in every countries that we're generally operating in. Get the information. From that point on, follow the system. Tammy shared a very important point of what Tammy do on a regular basis.
Just staying with that calendar stuff, Chris. You know, it's easy when you're at home. It's easy not to do this. I'm telling you, you can get so wrapped up into you know, spring cleaning and all this stuff. Because I'm talking to people, I said, "What are you up to now that you're home?" Everybody's dream and vision of Max is to be able to do Max full-time working from home. I mean, everybody talks about that. Now you're at home. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You need to schedule your hours of Max, and you need to have a designated place that you're going to sit down and you're going to work an hour power of prospecting, an hour power of following up with people, and an hour power, and you work those hours with no distractions. If you have children at home, it's important that you give them activities to do and explain to them why you're working so hard with Max, or what you can provide them. Hey, you know what? Take a half a day and create a vision board with your kids. Create a vision board. What do they want in life? And then you tell them that here's what you need to do every single day, and you need to close the door, and you need to get this work done so that they can have this with no distractions. I'm telling you, kids will do anything to live the things that they want to have. So work with your children on that. We don't have kids at home, but this is what I did when my kids were at home. Mm-hmm. We worked a strategy with the kids too, and then we rewarded the kids for this strategy that they worked with us. So you got to work a plan, you guys.
So we used to. And I remember Tammy sharing what she did with her daughters at the time, mm-hmm. right? She got the family involved in the dream and the goals. And because of that, the kids now kept her accountable on, hey, are you working your business?
Yeah.
Because I want to go to the Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Right? So if you get your business, your family involved in the dreams and goals, it's incredible how they will be part of it. Yeah. And if they choose not to, then just negotiate some time. At the end of the day, everybody understands that we need to earn an income to be able to survive in this environment today. See, 3 billion, more than 3 billion people are now using the internet, according to the United Nations agency that oversees international communication. So, you know, as a joke, it's kind of interesting where the present day, the internet, as we know it, will keep on evolving faster than we can anticipate to meet the growing needs of its billions of users worldwide. See, and to kind of joke a little bit, in 2019, that was a lazy bastard. Excuse me for the expression here. I'm just kind of reading the slide. In 2020, here's a responsible adult. But don't be like this guy, right? In other words, he's staying at home. But don't be like this guy. Evolve. Learn. Just understand, what do I need to do to be successful? One is you need to understand what the products are. So I'm telling you, you need to understand what these wonderful products are. How do you get there? Well, feel free to go to the max.com and read about the products. Go to their YouTube channel. Look for Max International. And From there, just make sure that you connect with the YouTube channel of Max International and click like so you get notified when there's a new movie being uploaded there. And listen to the testimonials where many of you have done already. Learn the value and the benefits of these products, right? From that point on, then the next thing is, okay, how do I get paid? Well, if you, for example, many of you go to, well, at the time you were going to the office to learn, now you have to watch videos. I know that many of you have videos circulating about the compensation plan. If you don't know where to look, go to activeteam.com. Select video. Select miscellaneous training. And find training 21, 22, 23, 24. It's around these numbers. And it talks about, now it's in North American numbers, but it doesn't matter. It's the same logic. You can work in GATA CDs, you can work in Naira, US dollars, whatever currency you use, the logic is the same. It talks about fast start commission. It talks about the prime bonus. It talks about the binary relationship to the prime bonus. And listen to this and learn. How do you get paid? The math is no more than a 6-year-old school knowledge base. The math is simple. It's very simple. But you need to understand the basics. Once you get there, then you can turn around and share that information with someone else. By starting with, for example, the science video. Or again, some of the videos that are circulating to share the information. And if you happen to be a leader, pass these videos down to your downline, again, to make sure that they're aware of it. Right? So don't just sit on a couch waiting for this to finish, but pass down the knowledge so someone else can learn.
And as I look at this picture, you guys, you want to wake up in the morning and do some exercise. Do it with your kids too. It's so important. We're all confined to our homes right now. We need to adjust versus react. And what do? Put on a little bit of YouTube exercise and look for home exercise, you know, and do some exercise. That's going to stimulate your energy, your brain, your creativity, and to want to start working your business. And this is something that Chris and I have adopted to for many, many years. It's not because this is happening. We were telling Bright earlier in our condo here in Florida, they closed all the facilities. We get up and go into our facilities to work out every day. So guess what? We adjusted. We're doing it now in our home. Okay, so there's no excuses other than the excuses that we give ourselves every single day. Wake up early, exercise, read a little bit, learn some skills, get on the phone, work your schedule and build your business, and you'll see your business is going to thrive. Chris, I wanted to promote, Kelly Ronson did recently a training on LinkedIn. For those of you who want to work on a good platform of people who are entrepreneurial, they can access that on the miscellaneous training under the Active Team website. Click on miscellaneous training. I believe it's the one right at the top.
If you go to activeteam.com, you select video, and under video, you'll notice there's a few little icons there. You'll notice the calls that we've done, the Crown Diamond calls, the success cycle, and all of these. It's all there. And one of them is called miscellaneous training. And at the top of the training, Kelly did a training on how she approaches setting our LinkedIn account to be able to connect with the inline prospect or consumer, right? Also, we did a little training on, for example, how to enroll someone in Max International,
in Canada,
right?
US.
What we found is the majority of people that get involved in Max, they don't know how to enroll an associate. They don't know how to enroll an associate. And it's such a simple process. And we did a little video there that will actually show you how to enroll associate on amax.com. Again, it doesn't matter what country you're in. In fact, we reference all countries in there, right? So what's important is you don't just want to sit on your couch and wait for things to happen. You take this time to evolve and learn. And once this is done and over with, and when we start having the antidote circulating around the world, and everybody's doing better, the sun will come back up, everything is going to go back to normal. By that time, you'll be ready, right? So what we want to share with you as we finish this call here, I just want to share something with you that Tammy and I have organized. And let me see if I can see that here. Just one moment. I'm just going to stop sharing for one moment here. And just bear with me 1 second. I want to show you guys exactly what we're working on. Okay, so let me bring this on this side very quickly. And let's start sharing again. And here we are. Okay. Okay, so I hope you can see this. And can you guys see the Blitz, the Max International Blitz slide? Can you guys see that? Just type in a quick comment and say yes. The April Blitz, do you see that? Just want to confirm you're seeing it on your screen. Type in a little Y to see that. Okay, perfect. So what's happening here is, this is what Tammy and I decided to do, right? In the month of April, we're doing a Blitz. Now the calls, everything is scheduled. You go to activeteamcalendar.com, everything is scheduled. The webinars that we're doing all week, Dr. Bright and Nana Ama are preparing a powerful webinar, and we're having some Philippine associates also preparing their webinars. It's all going to be available. It's going to be circulating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you build your businesses. We are adjusting to the online environment, right? So it's just something that we're doing to kind of help folks kind of align themselves and be able to work their business. Right?
And so, for anybody who wants to participate, we'll be putting it on all platforms. And again, the time is quite late for a lot of the international markets. They're all recorded. The first one that we're doing is April 1st, which is next Wednesday. And that is more of orientation, setting people up, how to invite, and how to work your plan. And then we're going to have guest speakers moving forward on the next 4 calls, which is, are you going to show this slide?
It's okay, Tammy.
Okay. Anyways, the next 4 calls are our regular Monday night Go for Diamond calls.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, and this is the reason is, if you go to activeteamcalendar.com, if someone wants to type this in on the chat area, activeteamcalendar.com. When you go there, it'll send you to a Google Calendar. You can connect to a Google Calendar, and you can be notified every time we add a scheduled webinar there. Everything is there. The webinars, the conference calls, everything is there. We have converted ourselves online. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Max. So all the presentations that are being conducted are through some webinars that are booked there, and also we're doing one-on-one utilizing Zoom. We use very simply talk about the products, and we talk about the auto ship, the Prime Bonus 1, and the binary related to Prime Bonus 1. That's all we talk about. And we did a training. If you go to activeteam.com and you look at videos and you look at Go for Diamond Call videos, Tammy and I did a training last Monday on how we do a one-on-one presentation using Zoom. It's online. We have converted ourselves online to help the associates around the world evolve and adjust despite the coronavirus limitations that has been imposed for our security. Okay, folks, this call is recorded. It'll be added on to the calls. You're going to see on the far right when you look at videos, it says Crown Calls or Crown Diamond Calls. You can see here, you can see the last 2 calls that we've done. This call will also be posted there, and you'll have access to them.
And we'll send them through the platforms as well.
Yes. So Tammy and I really, really appreciate you. We want to thank you for joining in. We want to thank everybody that took the time to be with us this morning or this afternoon. Dr. Bright, thank you so much for your incredible knowledge, incredible time and the PowerPoint to share with us. And we want to thank everybody that have, again, been part of this presentation this morning or this afternoon. So everybody have yourself a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. Tammy and I We had to cancel our trip to West Africa, but I assure you that the moment things are back to normal, we're going to be coming to visit you, hug you, and do the usuals that we do when we visit.
In every market, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
we
everybody.
miss everybody.
So everyone, bye for now, and we'll talk to you soon.